on, guys, and welcome to Anteiku Nation, where we game and we know things. And today I want to talk about the Tachikazi Ancient Dragons deck. I'm a little late to the party on this one, and I do apologize, but I did want to go ahead and give my thoughts and opinions on this deck and kind of give you the lowdown and why I think you should be playing Tachikazi's Ancient Dragons. But before we begin, guys, please hit that like button if you like this video, smash that subscribe button, and click the bell so that you can be notified each and every time I upload a brand new video. Okay, so let's go ahead and just get into this thing real quick, guys. I do apologize. I am late. I meant to do this video a lot sooner than now, but just kind of like a lot of streaming and a lot of other videos and things have been kind of getting in the way, and just life and things of that nature. But with all the excuses aside, guys, let's just go ahead and get into Tachikazi's Ancient Dragons. The one update to Tachikazi's I was looking forward to. Now, I missed out on the previous Tachikazi event that we had that came about because I was MIA in the game at the current point in time that it came about. But now that I'm here, now that we're into this thing, guys, I was able to complete this before the end of the week happened when the event was live, and honestly it was a grueling grind. I did not think I was actually going to finish the deck. And for those who are aware of my channel, I did have a lot of bad things to say about that event. But anyway, let's look at this real quick. This deck is very linear, and the fact that there's not much you can do with this, it needs Ancient Dragons to do what it needs to do. So first off, this is the starter. You will not come off of this starter because there's just no better starter than Ancient Dragon Baby Rex. So full run remote upon goes to rear guard. When this unit is retired during your turn, you may counterblast one to call an Ancient Dragon Tyranno Legend. Now, for those who may not be familiar, Tyranno Legend is the big beefy main grade 3 of the deck that you want to break ride upon. Okay, we're going to get into him. So Baby creates one of these guys, so it doesn't pull it out of the deck, it actually creates one just for retiring it, which is what the deck does. It retires its units to get bonuses off of the units that it retires. We are running 4 PGs standard. Like, we are running the new PG, not the old PG, because you want counterblasts. The deck is not heavy on counterblasts, but you want them for the combos and the pieces that you're going to be using them with. So we do use the new grade 4. Let's go ahead and just show the case of that real quick for those who maybe not have seen it. We are running 4 copies of Iguana Gore. He is our MVP grade 1. Okay, he lets us do all kinds of cool things, and I'm a huge fan of this card, and it does what it does and does it beautifully. 7k grade 1. Winning unit is retired during your turn. If your Vanguard is an Ancient Dragon, you may counterblast 1 to call this card. So basically, you go nom nom nom, you eat this, and like all of a sudden, boom, it's back for 1 counterblast. So you buff your other units, and then you call this thing back, and this creates combos. It is a detrimental piece to this deck. Like, it is so good. Like, you want to have that card. It is super important. I do run 110k, so front row during your turn for your Vanguard is an Ancient Dragon. This unit gets plus 3,000. Okay, we do run the other 7k grade 1, so when this unit attacks, you retire one of your other Ancient Dragons rear guard, and it gets plus 5k. So basically this thing becomes a 12k beat stick. If you eat another unit, basically you want to eat your Iguana Gorg, or you could eat Baby. You could eat Baby if you wanted to. That would be fine. Either way, this creates combos. As long as you have 1 counterblast, then you can either get this back, or you can, murder Baby, eat it, and then all of a sudden it grows up into Ancient Dragon Tyranno Legend, and that just creates combos and things of that nature to be aggressive. The deck can be very aggressive very early on if you want it to be. It depends on how you want to play the deck. That is our grade 1 lineup. Grade 2s, we are running 4 copies of the 12k Ancient Dragon Bimakilo. It's pretty cool. It's just 12k as long as you have an Ancient Dragon Vanguard. That just creates columns, 19, 21, depending on the board state, what you got. So like, it create columns. We do run 1 copy of the Launcher Mammoth. You use counterblast, but you don't use them in the sense that like you need to run multiple counter chargers. Also, the fact that this thing is not even an Ancient Dragon feels bad in an Ancient Dragon deck, because if you have to ride this, like if you get that one hand where it's just like you don't see your Ancient Dragon grade 2s and this is all you got, it kind of feels bad because it kind of mucks up your combos a little bit. But he's in there for what he does, and he does what he does. We do got Ancient Dragon, Creole Fall. So this one's basically the 10k vanilla. It looks awesome as hell, and it's just really cool. There's just no other options right now outside of what I'm showing you that makes sense in this deck. We also have Ancient Dragon Dino Crowd. So when this unit attacks, retire one of your other rear guards, which is an Ancient Dragon. It gets plus 5k, so it becomes 14k. So again, like you could put Iguana Gorg behind this thing. You could eat Iguana Gorg to make this 14k, but then again, you're kind of losing power. But basically, you'd want to eat your Dino Baby. Or you want to eat another Iguano so that this thing can get powered up, and then all of a sudden it's 14 with Iguana Gorg behind it, or this dude. Suddenly you're swinging for 21, which is magic numbers, depending on, you know, if they hit a damage trigger. So this helps you climb over damage triggers. Again, this is just really cool stuff, little combos to help be aggressive early on, and it depends on how you want to play the deck. Because you can play conservatively, or you can play super aggressively and try to punish them and get them to 3 to 4 damage, so that when we get to our grade 3 lineup, you'll see why. So our break ride of choice, and the only one that we have right now, is going to be Ancient Dragon Spino Driver. So limit break 4. When Rotobond, your Vanguard gets plus 10k and a crit. Until end of turn, you retire 2 of your regards and draw cards equal to the number retired. When this unit attack, it gets the generic plus 3 bonus, like every other break ride unit in the game does. So you already can see the possibility of this card. It just generates so much advantage. It gives you 10k and a crit. You retire 2 iguanos, or an iguano and a baby, and then you draw the same number of cards that you retired. You get back what you put in, so you can get back the Iguano Gorg. You can get a Tyranno Legend off of the baby if you want to do that, so that at that point you build an attacker for free. So maybe you want to hold some cards to the chest. Maybe you don't have grade 2s, and you're just like, hey, I'm just going to go ahead and eat baby. That way I can create an attacker, and then you've got Tyranno Legend. Maybe throw a booster behind it, and then you've got an 18k column sitting there for like nothing. You've put barely any resources in it, all while generating threat and advantage with Spino Driver. Now let's look at our big boy Tyranno Legend. It says limit break 4. When this unit attacks, a Vanguard retire 3 rear guards, 3, to get 10k and a crit until the end of battle. In addition, you draw a card you call an Ancient Baby Rex. So now we see that we drew cards and we retired stuff off of Spino Driver. We got a crit and we got 10k. Okay, so you would attack with your rear guards, and then you attack with Tyranno, and then Tyranno is going to allow you to, again, you can retire those Iguano Gorgs so that you can fuel his cost, and then you just generate advantage, because then, yeah, you've ate the Tyrannos, or the Iguano Gorgs rather, and suddenly you've got your field back, and you're swinging for crits, you're swinging for power and threat. And that's why I like with this deck, you want to kind of be aggressive, because you want to punish them. You want to put them in a very bad spot as fast as possible and capitalize that, because if they don't have a PG at that point in time, it's going to be heal or go home time, and like it does win games. You will see it in the footage. I have showcased this in previous videos of what Tachis can do, and they are aggressive, and this is just a well balanced and all around awesome card, and I love the artwork on it. It reminds me of Power Rangers Dino Thunder so much. Next up is going to be our heal trigger, Ancient Dragon Volcatops. So you limit break 4 once per turn. You may counterblast 1, retire an Ancient Dragon. That's pretty easy. Go ahead and go for that Iguano if you can, or baby. To have 2 of your rear guards get plus 5k. Okay, when this unit attacks, a Vanguard, you may retire 1 of your units, get plus 5k. I'm not really a big fan on the second ability. Like, it's cool, like, but when you're break riding over this, you're already 21. You don't really need to go like full throttle and be like, let me just eat something else so I can get that other 5k in there, especially when, you know, you've got your other 2 columns that are getting that 5k bonus just for killing an Iguano Gorg. So then, like, you get the Iguano back, you've powered up your columns. I mean, it just generates so much value at that point. And it's just a really good card. Like, it's awesome. It's awesome as a backup. So that's basically your main grade 3 lineup: Spino Driver into Tyranno Legend, or Spino Driver into Volcatops. And that's just going to be your combo. Now you could try, if you get cute and maybe the game's going a little prolonged, maybe you want to go Spino over Spino, or then go Tyranno Legend over Spino. You could definitely do that. We did tech in one of the previous triple rares from the second set of, or actually it's the first set, I'm sorry, they've only got one set of support, was Destruction Dragon Dark Rex. So Bind Zone, limit break 4, at the end of the battle your grade 3 or greater Vanguard attacked. If that attack did not hit, you retire 3 rear guards to ride this card as stand and draw 2 cards. It does say hand, you can bind this card, have one of your units get plus 3k. So basically, if you think for 1 second that like your big move, your big finisher with Tyranno Legend on that break right turn is not going to seal the game, or maybe it didn't, maybe let's just say this for instance, maybe you go into your big move and it flops, and maybe on the next turn you're like, now I've got Dark Rex. Go ahead and bind your Dark Rex, power up your Vanguard, swing, and as long as the attack didn't hit, then all of a sudden Dark Rex Superior rides himself from the bind zone onto the Vanguard circle to give you another Vanguard attack. And if they PG the Tyranno thing and that failed, and if the main Vanguard attack failed, now you've got another one. So at this point, hopefully should be they are out of PGs and you can just go ahead and capitalize and win the game. The only time it kind of feels bad is if you don't have like a booster behind the Vanguard to boost him, because he is 10k. He's not getting any type of like power, unfortunately, and 10k feels kind of bad in an 11k meta where most of our Vanguards are 11k base value. So there is a little bit of drawback, but it is a powerful potential to take this dude in and be able to get in that extra attack to try and finish the game if need be. So it's definitely there. Like I said, Vora Tech in. Your main focus is going to be Spino with Tyranno Legend or Spino with Volcatops to capitalize on the Ancient Dragon engine and to try and punish your opponent and get bonuses off of retiring and resummoning your baby dragons, your iguana gorgs and things of that nature, and just, you know, punish your opponent. It is a hyper aggressive deck. It has a lot of potential. You definitely want to run draws. I was tempted to try and run something else in it, but like you don't have a way to like really draw cards in this deck outside of draw trigger. So it really does need that. It generates crits on its own based off the break ride and the Tyranno Legend. So you get crits, you get that threat, and you want to keep draw triggers in there so that you can keep drawing into your pieces, because top decking in this deck actually feels really bad. So yeah, run 9 draw, 4 heals. And maybe if you have any other ideas, guys, maybe you're seeing success with crits in the deck, or maybe you're seeing success with stands, by all means, please drop it in the comments below and let me know your thoughts and opinion on Ancient Dragons and how you're running the deck and the success that you are seeing it. So with that being said, though, guys, I hope you enjoyed the footage that I have showcased of the in-game play of Tachikazi's Ancient Dragons. Until next time, guys, please stay strong, stay healthy, and happy gaming.